Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. Yesterday's video we talked about goal setting, and I provided you with 4 tips to help you with planning and setting your goals. If you missed that video, you can watch it here. I'll put it in the cards up above. But today I want to take us just a little step further and a little bit deeper. And it's about making and keeping our commitment to our goals. So first, let's get started with what commitment is. Commitment is being dedicated to a cause or activity. Another way of looking at it is a promise to yourself. So when we set out our goals for the new year, or whenever we decide to set a goal, we have to now learn to commit to our goals, because our goals are promises to ourselves. And yes, there are people that are attached to what we are supposed to do, and we would let them down, and they may not be able to achieve their goal without us. But how about we also look at the fact that if we don't make a commitment to our goals, then we are letting ourselves down, and we will always be in the same space year after year after year after year. And that is something that I have been dealing with and struggling with. I always say, oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I need to do that. But year after year, I am in the same space and the same place. Because why? Because I've never truly committed to my goals. And don't get me wrong, it has been a process, but I'm finally beginning to understand the importance of seeing your goals through. So, how do we begin to commit to our goals? And I have 3 quick tips that will help you with that. Number 1, we have to become aware. We have to become aware of the idea, goal, or skill that we want to accomplish or develop. So say you want to learn how to sing. You have to be aware of that is what it is that you want to do. Not what somebody thinks you should do or anything like that. But you have to become aware, and you have to figure out, what do I have to do to develop this talent that I want to develop? What does that look like? And then once we're aware of this, now we're able to take it to the next step. And that is the willingness to change. And this is where everybody gets stuck. We're not willing to change, or as people say, become the person that we need to become in order to make our goals a reality. And it's very hard, because we are very comfortable where we're at, and we can say we're side hustlers. So we can use our jobs, for example. Even though we know our jobs will not retire us, we are not going to be able to live the life that we want. We're not going to be able to provide for our families the way that we want to provide. We're not going to be able to take those luxury trips that we want to do every year, save for a down payment for a house. Whatever it is your dreams and aspirations are, we think that it's just going to happen. And we get into this cycle of, oh, I'll do it later. Oh, I'll do that tomorrow. But I heard somebody say in last week, I think on CBS This Morning, that later always means never. Most oftentimes means never. We have good intentions to see our goals through, but we don't want to make the necessary changes that we need to make to see our goals through. So case in point, at first I wasn't sure about doing Vlogmas, or I was going to do a week. But then I said, I want to learn to build my creative muscle. So number 1, I became aware of what I wanted to do, building my creative muscle. And I thought to myself, after watching a few of my favorite YouTubers' Vlogmas videos, I said, in order for me to get to where I want to go with YouTube, and that's to eventually monetize my channel, I have to do something different. I have to make a change. And that change is, let's try to do Vlogmas. It's not really planned. I'm just making videos. But I was capable and made a decision to make a change, to make a small change that can lead me somewhere where I want to go faster. Or I could have said, you know what, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna wait till next December to do it. But the next December would have came along and I wouldn't have done it. So I had to make the change this December now in order for me to begin to really become that person that shows up every week to do YouTube videos. And I do that because I've reached 100 YouTube videos. And this isn't easy. But I have to learn how to do different things now. Doing something as fun as Vlogmas. Like if I wouldn't do it, who's to say by me doing this, I won't get 1 million subscribers today, right? That's a huge dream, right? However, making the small changes and asking yourself, what change or changes do I have to do to step out of my comfort zone in order for me to reach a goal? That's part of being committed to our goals. Because always remember, if we don't make the change, we're letting ourselves down. And I'm tired, personally, of letting myself down year after year after year. And I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you are probably tired of letting yourself down year after year after year. And that also means with making the change, letting certain things go. That means if you're in 50-11 organizations and doing 50-11 different things, you may just have to narrow it down to 1 or 2. If you're tired when you come home from work, I get it. And I work from home most of the time. I have to make a change to set time aside that I just work on my side hustle, even if it's 2 hours a day. Monday through Thursday, Monday through Friday. It might be on the weekends. I still haven't gotten the Saturday thing down yet. But making those small changes. These aren't making these huge changes. I'm not saying do something completely drastic, but just something small. Could be something as simple as scheduling 2 hours during the week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays to work on your side hustle. That may be, say, if you want to sing, if you want to learn how to sing, that might mean you are studying with a coach or learning how to do voice exercises and practicing 2 to 3 days a week and scheduling it in your calendar so that it's always there. People talk about mindset and once you really get into it, that is the thing. But the easiest way to think is that we have to begin to make a change. So you have to be willing to change. If you're not willing to change, then you don't want it bad enough. Because in order to get to where you want to go, we're going to have to make those necessary changes. So number 2 is make a change. And number 3 is focus. So we have to find time to work on our goals. And I touched on this in number 2. We have to make time to focus on and to work on our goals. Is it 1 day a week? Is it 2 days a week? Is it 3 days a week? How do we have to go and look at it? For me, I'm looking at it as, instead of me going out and finding a retail job over here at Target or Walmart or at the mall, I have to come in here, and this is how I have to think about my side hustle. Is I have to think about it as my part-time job. So part-time jobs are usually 10, 15, 20 hours a week. Not sure, I haven't had had a part-time job in a while, but from what I remember, it was like 10, 15, 20 hours a week. So we have to find those hours within in our plans. We have to find out that time in order for us to do so. And I know a lot of people say, oh, just do a time audit. You'd be surprised how much time you actually have. I mean, we're binge watching shows on Netflix, and 8 episodes, because I just finished watching Wednesday, 8 episodes, that's 8 hours. So from that, I could have took 2 of those hours instead of binge watching and did this first, and then scheduled time afterwards to binge watch a show. Scrolling on social media. That's why I don't keep like TikTok on my phone, because I know I would go down a rabbit hole of scrolling. So that could be an extra 2 hours right there, just scrolling on our phones on social media. It could be just sitting around binging out, doing nothing at all. We have to become more focused in order to get to where we want to go. And that's the difference between people that are successful with their side hustles and people that are not. It's that they focus and they know their why. They know what they want out of life. You know, say if you want to leave your full-time job. Well, how are you going to do that if you're not focusing on your side hustle right now? You'll never be able to accomplish that goal because you're not focused and you're not committed to that ultimate goal. So that's sort of like, you know, setting a time limit. So I want to quit my job in 5 years. So in the next 5 years, what do I have to do to get there? And I'm not saying that's your ultimate goal. It could be, I don't know, say maybe I want to go to Disney at the end of next year. Well, how much money do I have to earn? And I have to be focused so that I can kind of get to that point. And it's also goes back to the personal goals and business goals kind of collide and kind of work together long term. I know for me, I want to build my personal net worth. I want to become a millionaire. I want to build my personal net worth. I know I can't do that on my full-time job. So I have to focus on this, just like I focus on my full-time job. I have to focus on my side hustle in order to make that a reality. So we have to be able to begin to focus on our goals, and that's part of committing to our goals. So to recap really quick, 1, we have to have awareness. 2, we have to be willing to change. And 3, we have to focus. So I hope this wasn't too rambly, and I hope it makes sense. And I just want us to win, especially women, especially Black women of a certain age, because I'm 48. And I know that I can accomplish some amazing things. I look back on the skill set that I have. I look at the experience that I have, and there is no way that I cannot win and reach my ultimate goal of having a personal net worth of $1 million or more. So that is my ultimate goal. So I hope you found this helpful and inspiring. And let me know in the comments what you plan to do to commit to your goals, both short and long term, in the comments below. So with all of that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. And I hope you guys tune in over the next few days, because I'm actually going to be trying vision boarding again. So I will have a little video about how I did that, maybe like a little vlog thing of how I did that. So stay tuned from that. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, and I will talk to you guys in the next vlog video. Bye guys.